and welcome back to my YouTube channel. In today's video we're going to be talking all about water. But before we get into the video, make sure to give this video a nice thumbs up and don't forget to hit the subscribe button and the little bell so you don't miss none of my videos. Alright, let's get started. Now I've talked all about water and hydration a bunch on my channel. I'll make sure to link up some videos right up here if you guys are curious. But today is going to be all about how much water should you be drinking per day. Now I know you've heard me talk about this before, or like the 8x8 rule if you remember that, but I'm really going to dive into that today because like I said, even though we learn certain things like in college and our courses, we have to remember everybody is different. There's no one size fits all. I know you've heard me say that a million times. So it doesn't really make much sense with this either that, I'm going to need the exact same amount of water that you need, that anybody needs. So I'm going to dive all about that today and really explain to you how much water each person needs and what affects that and everything else. So your body is made up of about 60% water. That's a lot of water. That's more than half of your body is composed of just water. So when you guys hear me say all the time that water, you need to make sure you're drinking your water, that's why. Your body clearly likes it if more than half of you is made up of it. So your body loses water every single day, not just from, urine or going to the bathroom or sweating at the gym, but even from breathing. So you definitely have to make sure that you're hydrating throughout the day, and you can do this by, of course, your beverages and drinking water, but some of your foods too. Now, like I said, I have other videos on this about, really hydrating fruits and vegetables and things like that, but just remember you're obviously not only getting water from water. So like I said, I know you've heard me say it before, but one thing that we had learned was the 8x8 rule. Now this is something that is very versatile and easy to remember, so it's easy to kind of, try and have others implement this. So the 8x8 rule, all that is having 8-ounce glasses of water or bottles of water or whatever it is that you're using throughout the day. So this is going to be about 2 liters of water or half a gallon of water per day, which is of course why you see people, coming out with these water jugs and trying to sell you on this. It's just easier to have and to keep track and just simpler. It's way simpler to tell somebody just drink this every day and that's the amount of water you need and you're good. But everybody kind of has different opinions on this, and as do I. Some people think you need to be sipping on water throughout the day all the time, whether you're thirsty or not. Other people believe in the 8x8 rule. It's really all over the place. So me, I'm a huge believer in the individual and listening to your body specifically. So something that I need, like I said, might not be what you need. And there are so many other factors that will contribute to your body and how much hydration you really need that might not be the same as mine. So I don't technically believe in just the 8x8 rule or just sipping on water all day, whether you're thirsty or not or whatever. Now, really think about this and then I promise you it's going to make sense. So let's take something like the 8x8 rule, for example. Now, do you think me in the 25 to 30 age range and the, 100 to 130 pound range woman is going to need the same amount of water as, let's say, somebody in their teens or a young child or an older male adult that's, twice my height and twice my size? That doesn't really make sense, right? Or I just came from the gym, so somebody who works out and is very active compared to somebody else that has a very sedentary lifestyle. So I don't think you can really give a one-size-fits-all rule. I think it's just easier to give a general rule like that because, it's simpler for people to understand and they don't really have to think about it, but it doesn't mean that that's what's best. The US Academies of Sciences, Engineering, and Medicine have a different recommendation. So they have 11.5 cups per day for women and 15.5 cups per day for men. That's 2.7 and 3.7 liters, so definitely more than the 8x8 rule. But what's important to note here is that this is including all fluids. So not just fluids from water, but from other juices or teas or even foods that you might eat. Now remember, you're getting 20% of your water that you're consuming every day just from your foods, not even liquid. Now, like I said, it doesn't really make sense that there's a one-size-fits-all with the amount of water that you need, right? So, like I said, if you have, a sedentary lifestyle, or if you have more weight on you, if you're a male or a female, whatever it might be, I'm going to be giving you guys 7 different factors, if you will, that are going to affect the amount of water that you personally need throughout the day. So number one is going to be where you live. So here what's important to note is the temperature of where you live and the altitude. So if you live in an area that's really hot or humid or dry, or somewhere in the mountains where there's a higher altitude, then you're going to need to drink more water throughout the day than somebody who doesn't live in those areas. Number two is going to be your diet. So for example, like in my previous video, I talk about diuretics, so something like in coffees or teas that can actually make you lose more fluids or make you, go to the bathroom and urinate more often. You're going to need to replenish way more than someone who doesn't really drink those. Also, if your diet includes a lot of salty, spicy, or sugary foods, you're going to need to hydrate more. Or also, if your diet isn't very high in hydrating foods just to begin with, you're not having a lot of fruits or vegetables or things that have a high water content, so you're going to need more water than somebody who does. And number three, this is kind of not necessarily where you live, but for instance, I live in New Jersey, so we have all seasons here. So I'm definitely going to need to make sure that I stay more hydrated during the hotter summer months here than I would in the winter because, you're sweating and things like that. Number four is going to be your environment, so not necessarily where you live and stuff like that, but let's say whatever you do for work or your hobbies or whatever it is, you're, outside all of the time. So you're always in the elements, you're always outside in the heat, or, you do hot yoga or whatever it is that you do, and you get thirstier faster or you sweat more or whatever it is, then if that's you, you're going to need more water than somebody that doesn't. Number five is, like I mentioned before, your activity level. So somebody that is, very active and works out a lot, they're obviously going to need more water than somebody that, has a desk job or doesn't really stand up much or do much throughout the day. And also somebody that just works out normally versus somebody that does a lot of high intensity workouts or HIIT workouts and things like that. You're going to need to replenish even more than somebody that just, does some basic weight training and things like that to kind of really replenish what you're losing, and a lot of times even replenish the sodium from sweating a lot and, things like that. Number six is going to be your health. So if you're sick or you have an infection or fever and you're sweating or you have diarrhea or issues like that, you're going to need to replenish those fluids. Even if that's not the issue, or someone has, something like diabetes, you're going to need to increase your fluids. Or if you're on medications that are diuretics, like I've mentioned in other videos, then you're going to need to increase your fluids too. And number seven is if you're pregnant or breastfeeding. So your body is going through a lot of changes when this stuff is going on, and your body's working for two people. So you're going to need to hydrate way extra. So as you can see, there's a lot of factors that go into how much water you need to drink to stay hydrated. Not everybody is the same. It can change during the year, during the season, if you're pregnant, if you get sick, your activity level. These are all factors. So I personally don't go by the 8x8 rule. I go by how you feel and just listening to your body. I know with me, I don't believe in just sipping water throughout the day. I think your body tells you it's thirsty for a reason, and clearly you need to stay hydrated if your body is thirsty, your mouth is dry, and you need some liquid. I don't think you should, really force yourself to drink anything. But that's a whole other topic of overhydration, which I can also make another video on that if you guys want. Just let me know in the comment section below. But that is all I have for this video today, you guys. I hope you liked it and I hope you learned something new. If you did like it, make sure to give this video a nice thumbs up. And don't forget to hit that subscribe button and the little bell so you don't miss none of my videos. And share this video. It would really help me a lot. And as always, if you want to get my exclusive nutrition tips, healthy food recommendations, and delicious recipes right to your inbox, then make sure to head over to my description box, click the link, and join the fam. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye, guys.